Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here. Coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to drawing board, talk about comic books, show you what's on my drawing table, working on this. But in the previous video, I was talking about Dan Panosian and how much I love his work and how he should be the biggest thing in comics. So Dan Panosian obviously started off doing stuff like this, which I love. I love the look of this stuff. And worked with Liefeld, and just really fun 90s Prophet. Such a cool look, but still doing work. And now I guess he's gonna be doing a Western, but this is the book I just got. Dan Panosian, Urban Barbarian Collected Works. This is a had cover. That's what he looks like, and I love the look of his stuff. So let's just look at a few. I love how he uses. He's got like a cartoony style. It looks hand-drawn. I think of like Joe Kubert. Just this raw sort of, and I love these zipatone lines. The looseness to it, but like looking at like this stuff down here, this gray wash. I mean, the guy's just been drawing forever. Everything he does just looks so good. So really fun looking illustrations here. See his roughs down there. Highly suggest checking out this book. I think this was a Kickstarter maybe. So just beautiful work. Love these lines. You know who, actually it's another artist whose work, hold on, McCrae, the guy who did, let's look at that too. Hold on, going back to the bookshelf. Gotta go way over to the bookshelf. Give me a second. I got it. I got it right here. Yeah, I got it. This is another artist I love in his work. This is Dead Eyes by John McCrae. Another book I love. And not the same, but see these sort of lines, right? This sort of, love the look of that stuff. And this is another artist who did a Kickstarter for like a raw edition. And this Hitman, I think, is going to be coming out in an omnibus. Hitman's another book that he did. So these sort of lines, right? Love that stuff. Just such a fun, everything's just drawn so well. So looking at that stuff like that, what a punch. So I love McCrae, I love Dan Panosian, and also guys that have been drawn forever, right? So Dan Panosian, drawn forever. You saw his Prophet work. And John McCrae used to do Hitman back in the day, and now he does stuff like that. So trying to just, feed off of this sort of energy, these lines, this line work here. I wish he had more pencils in here. I mean, I love his inks, but man, I'd love to see his pencils and his roughs. That one of my favorite Prophet covers right there. Love the look at that one. Can't really get it in frames, but that one, so good. A lot of zip tones. So when I'm inking, I'm looking at stuff like that. These sort of raw lines, right? And then this zip-a-tone, this dot pattern over it. A lot of black, right? Pulling lines out of the black to create gradients. Oh, so good. So that's the stuff in my brain. And then this is the stuff that comes out of my hands. So similar, but not really. Working on it. So trying to create energy and effort and enthusiasm, excitement in my work. Oh, and the last video I cut in the commercial late, so get ready and cut. Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, just interrupting this YouTube video for a second to let you know that my books are available right now at batlanticstore.com. If you love creator-owned independent comic books, you're in luck. My comic books available right now, batlanticstore.com. Go to Dylan Andrews Art and click on the store and you'll be able to get comic books mailed from me to you. We got Warhood, we got Cringe, We got Engraved. We got Hit and Run. Bunch of great books, all creator owned, all independent, mailed to you. Go right now, Batlanticstore.com. Okay, now back to the YouTube video. And we're back. Thank you so much to everybody that goes to Batlanticstore.com. Doing a raw edition. If you like my raw digital pencils, go right now, Batlanticstore.com, or become a patron and Make Comics Cool, and I'll hook you up. Hook you up with a bunch of cool stuff and a raw edition of this book, Versus issue 1. 3-issue arc. It's going to be called Hell Road Redemption, and this first issue is Hell. And it really is. It's a trigger warning. There's a lot of real negative self-talk. It's real rough. So it's about Versus and his not being there for his kids, his partner, and how those relationships are strained. And if you read The Oppressors, you kind of saw how his son, sidekick, adopted son essentially, how they don't get along, and Versus thought he was doing the right thing by pushing him away, trying to, keep him safe, trying to protect him, but how that just really created animosity between the two of them. And then how one of Versus' weaknesses is his daughter, and then this series introduces her and how she had been used against him, and how, again, the Versus trying to do the right thing, and how it goes badly, and he lets everyone down, and they turn on him, and in a nightmare world of his own making. So that's Versus issue 1, Hell. But don't worry, there's then The Road and then Redemption. So Hell Road Redemption. So there's a chance you could turn it around. You'll have to tune in. MakeComicsCool.com, Batlanticstore.com. As you can see, I'm noodling away at the story. So each issue is about 22 pages, 3 issues. It should take me 6 months to draw the whole thing. Yeah. Comic books take forever. Why can't I draw faster? He says as he gets distracted by looking at comic books. Yeah, that's part of the problem with me is I didn't give myself the nickname Dylan Distraction because I'm so entertaining. I gave myself the nickname Dylan Distraction because I'm so easily distracted. Let's look at some more books. Speaking of Greg Capullo, there's another great one. I haven't read it. Reborn. Mark Millar, Greg Capullo, Jonathan Glapion. This one, I don't know what this book is about. I think they go to heaven? I don't know. It's kind of the opposite of what I'm doing. I haven't read it. I don't know. But it's kind of sword and sorcery, I think. I think they're like on magical quests, and there's like she's got goggles. I don't know what's going on. But beautiful edition. And Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion. I mean, come on. Dudes are rock stars. So this is another one of those books I just enjoy and look at the pictures. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's great. And Greg Capullo never ceases to impress and amaze. And also, if you're looking to go back to the old school machine, this is the first 3 trade paperback volumes of Spawn. I love me some Spawn. So it's Todd in the first one. Obviously, a lot of actual demons in hell in this issue. So definitely inspired by all that. And then you go from Spawn. There's some odd ones in here. Like, it looks like some of them are scanned from the comic pages. And then, but I don't know. And then you get into book 3, and you switch over to Capullo in book 3, which is just magical. That Capullo era, all Capullo eras are great. But this Capullo area, issue 16, with the GC logo, which is, I do a DA logo, not because he does that, but it doesn't hurt. And this era of Capullo, I just love when he's trying to figure out the cape. Like, how's he gonna do his version of the Spawn cape? This is him coming off of X-Force, which I love. I love that X-Force run too. And then I'd say he starts really coming into his own, you know, by issue 19, he's fully formed. He just came in so hot, just like, but at the time, of a huge departure from McFarlane. So you went from McFarlane to Capullo, you know, it just was jarring for me. And I think at the time, I wasn't thrilled about it just because I was such a Todd fan. You know, I was like, what do you mean Todd's not drawing it? That's who I like. Who's this other guy? And now I look back and I'm like, oh, it couldn't have been a better guy to jump in. You know, if it had gone to some, because you look at the Medina, look at other artist names. Medina, I'm sorry, I don't know if the Medina was the next penciler, but I'm not really a fan of his work. That whoever came in after Greg, that was when I kind of jumped off. And I have some of those issues, but they're not high on my list. And that's just how it is. You know, some people like some things and don't like other things, and really no, just everybody has different preferences. And I am so appreciative to everyone that likes and enjoys my work. But yeah, I understand if it's not for you, it's not for everybody. This is how I draw the way I draw because this is how I like to draw. This is what I'm capable of doing. And this is the kind of comic books I want in my life. And some people might look at this and go, nah, it's just not for me. I don't connect with it. It's not the kind of style or the line quality or the whatever. And that's totally, everybody likes different things. Whatever you're pursuing, whatever you love, you should try to make that. I'm making this because this is what I love. And I'm sharing it with the world because I don't know what else to do with it. And so if you're like thinking, geez, I don't know if I should put my work out there, or why is he putting his work out there? I just feel like I need to. I want to share it because I'm excited about it and I enjoy it, and even warts and all. Like, I'd rather have it out in the world. Because if I sat around, and I did, sat around and waited to get good enough or be good enough or draw good enough, well enough to show what I'm doing, if I waited longer, I'd never show it. I'd never get out there because I'd be, you know, I look at the stuff I did a year ago, a week ago, a month ago, and I'm like, oh, that's not how I draw now. I draw differently, or I draw it better, or I draw worse, or whatever it is. And if I waited and criticized and questioned, then I'd never get anything done. So whatever you're doing, make what you love, share it out in the world. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Do whatever you want. We're here for a good time, not a long time. I don't know how I'm gonna draw his little nose. Maybe like that? Oh, that's kind of cool. Something like that. All right, gonna keep penciling this page. DylanDistraction.com, that's my YouTube channel. MakeComicSchool.com, that's my Patreon. Dylan Andrews Art, if you want to see samples of my work. Spawn pages are up there if you want to ink them. I have some high-res files. They're available. Enjoy. Ink them for fun if you want. And what else? Got a bunch of stuff coming up. Stay tuned. Versus 3-issue arc. I'm working on it. If you buy anything at BatAtlanticStore.com, you are automatically going to get an issue of Versus Raw Edition. Showing my raw pencils. That's going to be sent out while supplies last. So hopefully you're jumping on that. Grab some books. Grab some merch. All right. Shooting more videos. Okay, thanks. Bye.